Hey Peoria, how you doing? I said, how you doing? Excellent, excellent. Welcome Peoria QuadCon wrestling fans. I am here with our special guest, a man who really needs no introduction. Professional wrestling superstar, Mr. Jake the Snake Roberts. Please help me welcome him. So, I got just a couple, questions to kind of start us off here, and then we'll turn it over to the audience for your burning questions. Mr. Roberts, what got you started in wrestling? What's your origin story?
Oh wow, can't remember that far back. My father wrestled, but he never raised me. And when I got out of high school, I wanted him to know that I'd finished high school, because nobody in our family had ever finished school. And I had great grades. I wanted to go to college and be an architect. So I went to him and said, hey, I just graduated. I thought you might want to know. And his basically just says, hey, I don't give a flying fuck. Kind of sucked, because all I really wanted was for him to say, hey, I'm proud of you, And it made me really angry. A couple nights later, I was drinking, and the great idea came to me. If I want my dad to be proud of me, I need to jump in the ring and beat up one of those wrestlers. Seemed like a good idea. I should have asked somebody if they'd let me beat them up, though, because I got the shit whipped out of me, man. And after the guy got through whipping my tail, I basically crawled back to the locker room, and my father looked down at me and he said, I'm ashamed of you, you're gutless, and you'll never amount to anything. And that night, I can remember like it was yesterday, I went back to his house and laid in bed and prayed to God or to the devil or whoever listened to me to help me become a professional wrestler. And I would do anything. I would cheat, I would lie, I would steal, I'd do anything to make it happen. So that's how I started. Completely the wrong way. I never trained. I just got in there and did it. And that's not a good way to start.
Who are some of the folks who, as you were beginning, who mentored you?
Dusty Rhodes, Bob Sweetan, a guy by the name of Buck Robley. He was probably my strongest mentor. He helped me more than anybody else.
What were some of the key lessons that they gave you that sort of stuck with you as you went through your career?
Well, that's kind of tough, man, because what they teach you is how to be a wrestler, and that's basically what they taught you. How to hold yourself accountable to you, not so much as being accountable to somebody else, but be accountable to yourself. So you can be proud of yourself.
So you've been around wrestling for a long time. How has the industry changed? How has the industry changed for the good, the bad, the ugly, anywhere in between?
I don't like what it's changed to. It's missed the art. There's no art to it anymore. It's just guys flying around and bumping and beating the shit out of each other and basically just making a mockery of what we used to do. I don't like it at all.
Thank you for your perspectives. I'm going to turn it over to now to give the audience a chance to ask you some questions. So, what we got?
How did you come up with the idea of the DDT?
How did I come up with the DDT? It was an accident. It was. I had a guy front face locked, and his head was stuck in here, and his tail was out here, and he went to push me into the corner. But when he did, he stepped on my foot. So we both went down, but when we went down, I drove his head right into the mat. I jumped up to my feet because I was embarrassed. I fell down, but he didn't move. And I just kind of thought, well, hell, that worked. So after a few weeks of trying it and perfecting it, I stuck with it. Yes.
Do you think the little bit of promos that you had with the Ultimate Warrior were some of your best work?
They were okay. Anything I'd done with him wasn't my best.
Hey, it looked good on TV. You're telling me you gotta trust me, brother.
Yeah, he looked good on television, okay. Only problem was we never wrestled. Yeah, it cost me several millions of dollars. He got fired. Somebody else?
How did you get over your fear of snakes?
I haven't. I'm still scared of snakes. It's a crazy thing that happens when you're in the locker room. You can be sick, or you can be mad, or you can be having a really bad day. But when that bell rings, everything else is forgotten and you change. I went from being Aurelian Smith to being Jake the Snake Roberts, who wasn't afraid of anything. And that's just the attitude I took to the ring. And I would do anything out there, whatever it took. Even if it meant getting bit by that damn snake. And I did. Somebody else?
Jake, on the note of Damien, when you were traveling, did you take care of the snake, or did somebody take care of it?
Yes, I had to take care of the snake 24/7. That meant it slept in my hotel room. I would put it in the bathtub at night. Of course, it didn't stay in the bathtub, it'd come right out. And sometimes it would break the toilet off the floor, or the sink would break it off the wall. Then you're calling the front desk saying, hey, I've got water going everywhere. And they say, well, what happened? My snake did this. And you're what? Yeah, I've been kicked out of some pretty good hotels.
Tracy Smothers was a big influence around this area. He was one of the guys that trained me. I see that you worked with him in UAW, and I was wondering if you worked with him earlier in your career, if you have any stories that you could tell.
Tracy was a great talent. He's a really good wrestler. We tag teamed some back in Mid-Atlantic days, but no, I always enjoyed being around Tracy. A little crazy.
Nobody on the left side? You.
Hi, Jake. How was it to work with Andre the Giant?
Pretty damn scary. You know, you have no idea how big that man was and just how strong he was. He would hit me, and as I was falling down, he'd just reach out and grab me by the hair and jerk me to my feet, which just ripped the shit out of my hair, man. I used to hate that. But he did some pretty nasty things to me in the ring. He sat on me one time and farted for 30 seconds. I had no idea a giant could fart that long.
So throughout your career,
what are some of your best highlights? You know,
Oh man.
any matches you enjoy, any people
Oh,
you
sure.
enjoy going against that you just remember?
Steamboat. You know, Ronnie Garvin. Ronnie Garvin, man, was like being in a street fight. And he'd just whip your ass, man. But I enjoyed it. What's wrong with me? I don't know. But yeah, Ricky Steamboat, Bad News Brown, Earthquake. All those guys were fun, man. Rick Martel, the blindfold match. That was a blast. We could see. Ted DiBiase. Yeah, right on down the line, man. Macho Man.
Hi, Jake. First, I want to say thank you a lot for coming out here today. We're enjoying having you. I'm curious, what, if anything, you remember from your episode of Boy Meets World where you fought Vader? Did they bring the kids to a wrestling show? Did they bring you guys to a film studio?
Oh my God. The only thing I remember is Vader broke my sternum. It's not easy to break somebody's sternum, but he broke my sternum, man. He put me out for 3 months. That's what I remember about it. Fat bastard.
I got one.
Can we hear the story about the Andre the Giant and the snake?
He wasn't afraid of no damn snake, man. No, he wasn't. I wish to hell he was, but he wasn't. He just went out there and did a great job of it.
I thought he was afraid of the snake.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes.
Was the snake biting Macho Man Randy Savage on live TV when I was a little kid, was that the most horrendous time you had in the ring with something with the snake?
No, it was the greatest time I'd ever had in the ring with the snake. Randy made that snake bite me first in the locker room because he wanted to make sure it wasn't poisonous. What a dumb son of a bitch, you know? And I was dumb enough to let it do it. But no, the snake biting Randy was phenomenal, man. It was quite a rush, especially when he wouldn't let go.
Who was the bigger partier, you or Marty?
Marty. Marty is the party.
Oh, yeah. Did you know they got married?
Did he?
Yes, he just got married about a month ago.
Wow. Does the girl know it?
It's the adorator of the Marty podcast.
Cool.
Do you have any stories about Undertaker?
Not many that I can tell. No, not really. I gotta be careful there.
At King of the Ring with Stone Cold 1, I heard that you were supposed to be that match.
No.
No?
No.
So Stone Cold was supposed to win the whole.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
What would be something that went wrong in a match that the audience wasn't aware of, that you managed to turn around and...
Well, there's lots of things that go wrong in a match. I mean, mistakes happen. People get hurt. They can't continue. Which to me seems, just ridiculous that the promoter wants you to go ahead and continue. Well, excuse me, my arm is broke, and I know I did that. I broke my arm and the bone came out. And my opponent looked at me and he started throwing up because it grossed him out so bad. But hell, I wanted to finish the match.
What do you think of Tony Khan?
Tony Khan is a breath of fresh air in wrestling. He really is. I respect the guy. He's brilliant. He's really brilliant. I wish to hell that I could have wrestled for Tony Khan when I was in my prime.
If you could give advice to people who are thinking about getting into the industry, what would that be?
Don't do it. I'm serious. Don't do it, man. Wrestling takes too much. You know, it demands that you put every ounce of energy and your life and your family all on the back burner and walk away from that and just study wrestling. That's what it demands. And if you want any type of life at all, you better go do something else.
We got time for one more question. Yeah, you in the back.
So your promos are second to none. I mean,
Right.
You're probably the best promo guy out there. Can you talk about what you did to prepare and how those came about?
I smoked a joint.
That's it. You just smoked a joint.
That usually did it. Yeah. Thanks, guys. You've been great.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, Mr. Roberts, thank you for visiting us here, for spending your time with us. Mr. Roberts will be back at his table until his cap time is 1:30, so please feel free to talk to him some more.
Yeah.